Hot dog, it has been a hot second. It's been some hot days, and I'm looking at a hot piece of ass across this platform that is called the internet. He doesn't know that I'm looking at him. It doesn't look like I'm looking at him, but I am looking at him because I have different monitors. We're in a different situation. It's been 3 whole weeks of nothing. People are like, oh, did one of them stop drinking? Do they hate each other? Is there drama? The reality of the situation is we are both working stiffs, and every time we try to record, something comes up, and we just can't because life likes to kick us in the testicles. And that's a good metaphor to life. Life is just one big testicle. And every once in a while, something just kicks it. Can I kick it?
Yes, you can. You can cue it.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Good to see you, my friend. Oh. So good at Place Twice.
Actually, I was going to ask if you did a little reverb on there. I was getting feedback on there.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Sorry, it sounded good.
Good. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. It's been busy. But you have a beer.
I do have a beer.
You want to talk about it?
Should I talk about it now?
Yeah.
Is that how this works?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've forgotten. I am drinking from Long Beach Beer Lab in collaboration with RIP or RIP, but I don't like to call it RIP because that's not how RIP is spelled. So RIP Brewing Company, they collaborated on a West Coast IPA called Sticky Whiskers.
All right.
This is 7.9% on the ABV, so bottoms up. It's brewed with Mosaic, Simcoe, and Columbus Cryo hops. Supposed to be a pretty hoppy beer.
All right.
There's a lot more on here. Dank citrus, tropical fruit, bitter West Coast backbone, notes of pine, cryo ooze, whatever. Those are just words on a can, Drew.
Well, the words on the internet.
I'm gonna drink it.
The words on the internet. The words on the internet say collaboration of 2 breweries, Long Beach Beer Lab and RIP, as you say, each with a mustachioed brewer, Danny and Cody, that are the inspiration for the Icky Sticky Cats and Ooey Gooey Lab Rat. Sticky Whiskers is a danky IPA with a frosty twist. Nelson, Mosaic, Simcoe, and Roku hop keef are fermented at a colder temperature than normal to make a refreshing but still hoppy, totally crushable brew. A cold IPA, as they call it.
Well, that is not what the can is telling me.
That's
stickers lie sometimes, Drew.
Maybe they just couldn't fit it all on there. It looks good.
Oh no, it says something. It says something about mustachioed people on here somewhere.
All right.
Yeah, but no, it's it had a very strong aroma when I poured it.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've developed COVID and I can't smell anything.
Will it give you a mustache if you drink it long enough, you think?
It would if I would have drank it right out of the right after I poured it, because the head on this thing.
Straight out the teat.
Yes. It's definitely, I mean, it's got a good color to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lighter shade of amber.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet. It definitely has a bitter back taste to it, but it's overall it's a pretty sweet beer. It's not dank. I wouldn't call it dank.
Okay.
But it's definitely a summer beer. This is a good one to crisp with some bitter back end.
All right.
I've forgotten how to do this. Let's move on.
We got a lot to talk about. Originally a couple of weeks ago we had a strange brew planned, but I don't want to talk about that stuff today because I kind of had a strange occurrence happen in my life that is something I've never experienced before. I experienced the real, life reality of dealing with somebody who is in a deep state of sleepwalking. And it was one of the most bizarre things I've ever encountered, to the point where I thought this individual was having a stroke and I called the paramedics. Just sleepwalking. So
who is this? Somebody in your family?
Yeah, it was. So I of course it happened to be a night that I was not sleeping very well. So I fell asleep probably at 10:30, 11 o'clock one night. 1 a.m, my phone rings, and a lot of people put their phone on silent, but I don't, because I think about, I've been in situations where I'm like, I might need to be available. And in this one I was. A phone call comes and it's somebody that would never call me at 1:15 in the morning. I answer it and they say, Drew, this individual is trying to leave the house. And I don't know what's going on. They don't know where they are. They say they're not at their home and they're trying to leave. In the background, I hear the person saying, hey, this is bullshit. Give me my keys. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I get in my car and I drive to the house. I get there. I walk in and the person's like, all right, they're sleeping now. They're back to bed, back sleeping. And then they're kind of just breaking down what was happening. The person who was in the state was just saying, this isn't my home. Where have you taken me? What is going on? And of course, 2 minutes in the conversation, the house alarm, because these people have that, just starts going off because I walked through the door without disarming the alarm. So it just goes woo, 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 and it wakes them up. And I kind of walk in and I go, hey, what's going on? How's it going? It's Drew. And they're like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. And he goes, where the hell am I? You're at your house. And he's like, this isn't my house. What have you done? And all this stuff. And then recognizes the cat, goes, oh, is that the cat's name or whatever the cat's name is? Is that them? And I'm like, yeah. Well, what the hell are they doing here? This isn't where are we? I'm like, hey, you're at your house. It's time to just go to sleep. And it was just so weird. And then they'd go back to sleep for 5 minutes, wake back up, and then try to go to the bathroom, and then started moving a bunch of shit. And then I just kept saying hey, do you know who I am? What's going on? And yeah, I know who you are or whatever. And then they look at their spouse, the person who called me, and goes, who the hell are you? And I was like, holy shit. That's kind of concerning, right? Because they've been together for a very, very, very long time. And I'm going on the internet and I'm typing all this stuff out. I'm older individual, has had a little bit of a history with sleepwalking before. About a year ago, actually got out of the house and didn't wake up until they fell and smashed their face on the ground. Which is kind of wild. So obviously we didn't want that to happen again. And it just kept happening. And it just kept getting stranger and stranger. And then I'm looking up this stuff and it's it could be this, and this, or it could be a stroke. And I was like, okay. It's well, we got to call somebody, right? We got to call, obviously he's not having a heart attack or anything like that. So I called the non-emergency number. They send over paramedics. One of the paramedics I knew, it's just a friend of mine. And I was like, what are the odds? And breaking down the situation, this individual takes a lot of medication, because they're pretty old. It was my grandpa. I guess.
Okay, I've been trying to figure it out this whole. I was like, who do I know that has a cat?
Yeah, yeah. But so like he's 91 years old and still lives on his own and all that, and so does my grandma. But it was like just all this crazy stuff going on. The paramedics come in, they take his blood pressure, and it was high, but also it's usually always high. He's on medication, and you know, he's just answering these questions or whatever. Like he's awake now because the paramedics woke him up, and they're asking him these questions. He's answering every single question correctly, every single one. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like this isn't what was happening before. He gets up, walks him through his entire like medication regimen. And they're just like, okay. And they're like, well, do you want to go to the hospital? Do you feel like, he goes like, are you confused at all? And he goes, yeah, I'm confused. Why the hell you're in my house? You know? And, it was just so bizarre. And then we're in the kitchen and I go, all right, do you know who I am? And he goes, yeah, you're my grandson. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, do you know who she is? Oh yes, that's my wife's name. I'm like, all right. They've been married for almost 70 years. But he didn't recognize her before. And then signs off, tells him I don't want to go to the hospital. Almost immediately after they leave, he like goes back to bed or whatever. Then he wakes back up and goes, I need to know what's going on. And I need to know quickly. Like, where have you taken me? Like all this crazy shit, dude. It was just the craziest thing. And at one point I'm just like, I was like, you just got to go to bed. And he goes, all right, I'm at your mercy, which I thought was kind of, I was just like, okay. And I was just like,
so he's a very agreeable kidnapped person.
And then I was like, well, we care about you and we love you. And he just goes, of course you do. I'm like, yeah, go to bed. And eventually my uncle came. He lives in a different city, but I had called him and said, hey, like this is what's going on. So he came. I went back home. I got home at 4 a.m. Probably didn't fall back asleep till 5:30. 4:30. Had to get up at 5:30 and go to work the next day. And it was just like the craziest thing to actually see somebody in that state of sleepwalk. Eyes are open, talking to you. And even at one point he said, when this dream is over, this house better be put back together. And I'm like, okay.
See, now that's the kind of, okay. So like the stuff that you said, I'm like going like, okay, is he just messing with you guys but that's the kind of thing that's an interesting statement to me is, when this dream is over or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally sitting here trying to think of how was his delivery when he went to his wife and said, "Who the hell are you?" or what? Like, was that his verbatim statement?
Yeah,
because so he would be him as a person. If he's in a house that he doesn't know whose house it is,
yeah,
and his grandson's there that he knows somehow,
yeah,
and then there's a lady there that he doesn't know in a house he doesn't know, he would be so inclined to go, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah, I think so.
Well, good for him because that's a strong person.
Well, even
I'm just trying to get a grip on like if I was in a room that I didn't know with you and somebody else was there and you were like, "Do you know who I am?" And I would go, "Yeah," and then like who I would not then turn to the other person and go, "I don't know who the hell that is." I would just probably would be like, all right, I'm at your house and that's a lady. And I don't know how that's why it's interesting.
It was,
what do you do when you don't know anything?
It was just so bizarre. But like, even like when, the paramedics are there or whatever, he's just like, oh yeah, fine, I'm good. And we're talking about the medications. Like, yeah, I'll just go make some cereal and then I'll take my medicine. I was like, well, it's 2:30 in the morning, dude. We're not going to eat cereal right now. It was just.
Who are you to tell anybody not to eat cereal at 2:30 in the morning? You are a bastard.
I know. It's, It was good. I talked to him, the next day or the next couple days, and he's just like, yeah, don't remember any of that. All sleepwalking, and like he was on medication for sleepwalking, for sleep, and that they're thinking that's probably what caused it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
bro.
Sleepwalking meds is one of those that the side effect is
Sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking and vivid dreams.
Yeah, it was just so strange, and I'm happy it hasn't happened since, and he's doing fine. Like he's a pretty smart dude. Like for being the age he is, he's very well with it and independent and all that. So it was just the craziest thing. I've never encountered that, because when you think of sleepwalking, you think of Scooby-Doo. The arms are in front of you. You're doing like the stereotypical zombie walk, and your eyes are still closed and stuff. But it just wasn't that, and it was just the craziest thing. It really was. So that's one thing.
Yeah, sleepwalking, blackout, drunk.
Yeah, kind of the same.
Those two things are like. There was one time, and I still don't know exactly how, because you can't describe it when you don't remember it or whatever. But there was one time that I drank a lot, and I remember drinking. I remember everything I drank. I remember going to the basement and going to sleep on the couch in the basement.
Yeah,
at a friend's house. And I woke up the next day on that couch with no cushions. There were cushions when in my memory, there were cushions when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I ran into people and they were like telling me about stuff. And I was like, when the hell did this happen? I went to bed and they're like, no, you came back. And you were talking about this and you're doing that. And I was like, no recollection of any of it. I don't and it's, I don't know how your grandpa takes it, but I didn't take it too well. I don't. It's weird to have people tell you stories about yourself that you have absolutely no nothing.
I don't know. It was just interesting, and it's like this is an experience that I never thought I would have, nor do I ever want to have again, because obviously you care about them and worried. But yeah, that's one thing I want to bring up. Another thing I wanted to ask you is, are we as a society towing the line at idolization of serial killers? And because I say this because in two different cities close to where I live, one of them being Milwaukee, there is it's called Milwaukee, the good land. It's called the Cream City, Cannibal Cruise or something like that. And it's a tour of of locations in which Jeffrey Dahmer frequented and kind of killed people. It's a tour of it. And you get verbal history. It's just and to our left is the Ambassador Hotel, where Jeffrey Dahmer would take some of his victims and, I don't know, murder them or whatever.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's the culture we have. It panders to the niche groups. You can go on the tour that's here in Ripon. This is where the Republican Party was started, the party that Abe Lincoln was part of. Or you can take the other tour that's this is 3rd and New Haven, where Jeffrey Dahmer ate the fingers of a young teen or an old elderly teenage boy, or what, I don't know what he did really, but it's I don't think it's idolization of serial killers. I think it's the internet allows people to connect with whoever, and if there's $1 to be made, then somebody's going to make a tour out of it. Unfortunately, there's nothing in us anymore, the morality to say hey, maybe just take this heed this as a warning of a fable, if you will, to try and lead a better life. No, let's market it and package. Let Ryan make a show out of it. Can you pause for a sec? I gotta take this phone call. It's for work.
All right. Okay, you're back. Well, so the funny thing is, I'm looking at this. And one of the reviews says, whatever the tour guide's name, super knowledgeable, super interactive, my son bought me tickets to this. Great Father's Day.
5 stars.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Like, great way to spend a Father's Day.
I'm trying to think if your delivery on it really was a perfect delivery for a disappointed father. Like, great Father's Day.
Great Father's Day.
It's a great gift. So sarcastic.
So,
but I think we idolized serial killers more in the 80s and 90s, you know.
really? Well, and now, and then in another city, they're having a serial killer speakeasy event where you go and interact with people who are, reenacting or pretending role playing as Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein, all these people.
This isn't like Fairfield or whatever, is it? Or Deer, what was that place where he was from?
Who, Ed Gein? He was from wasn't he from Platteville or something like? Or
no, it wasn't Platteville. It was something with either Plainfield or
yeah, it's not there. It's not there. It's in Oshkosh.
They're just trying to make a buck, man. Oshkosh is all about the tourism.
Yeah, right. It's just, I just think it's so weird. Like these speakeasy events. And then there's, I heard about in a different city, I think in like New York or something, there was a serial killer museum pop up where they had different artifacts from various serial killers. And I'm like, I understand like the intrigue behind it because it's so grotesque and it's so just different than what majority of the people would think about or would do. But just there's these documentaries, there's these series about it, and now there's pop-up events, there's museums, there's this, there's that. And it's just like this is a lot of serial killer stuff going on. And I'm not saying we're not indoctrinating anybody, but it just is, to me, I'm like, what do you want to do today, honey? Let's go to the serial killer speakeasy and enjoy a drink and then, maybe have a conversation with Dahmer.
Sadly, if I was in town, maybe.
You would go?
I've got a fascination with killers and that kind of stuff, but not to the point where I would dress up as one. That's a little over the line, I think. And I honestly am not a big fan of even watching the like biopics or whatever. Like I want to watch an actual documentary about these people and because it is interesting. I think honestly, like there's something about serial killers and even like nomads and like there's a reason why shows like Gold Rush or Alone in the Wilderness or whatever all those shows are, where it's like the ones where they homestead and all, it's like these are people who flaunt the rules of society in which we're getting too many rules and it's getting too hard to live within the bounds that they constrict us with. And I think deep down, like on a human level, and this is just a personal opinion or whatever, but I think it's a fascination with freedom. It's a longing for us to like return to the ideas of not having to follow somebody else's rules all the time. And here are the people. It's the same reason why in the 20s, when industry was booming and all these things, but people were getting shit on by basically massive, monopolized companies that were run by one family that still run everything today. They had to grind for 12 hours to 16 hours a day to get by. Meanwhile, they're watching, there's John Dillinger and Al Capone, and they got idolized and turned into this like hero mythology, even though they were stealing, like they were taking their unjust due, but that's because they were taking it against the rules that people couldn't figure out how to live within. I think we're kind of getting back to that, where it's like, how do you live when rents are high? How do you live when taxes go up? How do you live when wages stagnate? How do you live when the food that's supposed to be safe is no longer safe. The water that's supposed to be drinkable is no longer drinkable, even though you pay these people to make sure that it is. We have all these agencies that are supposed to do that. We have all these laws that are supposed to keep everything in place, but the wrong people get away with things because they flaunt those laws and they find the loopholes. And the serial killers are honestly, they're the top of that chain. They do what they want. It is a form of freedom. I'm not saying anybody that likes serial killers or is interested in them, like, wants to go that far. But I think that subconsciously, I do think that that's part of the reason I find serial killers fascinating, because they just don't care about repercussions and they don't care about the laws. And how great would that be to, that's kind of why I like the idea of just walking out into the woods with a backpack. Like, no rent, no gas, no this. Did you think I was going to say walking out and like, doing something else?
How great would that be? Just to
that's a bad cut. Yeah. No, like I said, I would never go that far. I can't even imagine punching somebody in the face and when they've wronged me, let alone strangling them when I have no idea who they are. But just there is something about go and get off the grid and figure out how to live. We've done it before. We can do it again.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's my ranch. That's all I got to say about it, I guess. I'm sure I could have, you wanted me to go funny, and here I am saying you're right. I don't know. People are idolizing that, but I think it's for a different reason.
So when inflation is at an all-time high, wages are at a plateau, the housing market is going way up, the answer is just kill people.
I mean, I would say it's to go and build a tree fort, but I can see the parallels.
Sure. Tree forts and serial killers. Yeah, I wouldn't put Dahmer should have built a tree fort, I guess. He was efficient at the cuts, I think. So he would have been.
I think he would have been happier if he would have gone the tree fort route.
Maybe he should have been a carpenter, and that he would have gotten something. But yeah, you're right. In the interviews that I've watched with Jeffrey Dahmer, he says it was all the control thing. Like the freedom of control and kind of that. Yeah, I think you're onto something with your statement there. I just thought it was like so interesting that I'm seeing these advertisements, with like a friendly serial killer, come to the speakeasy, eat a 4-course meal, and then hang out with Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. Well,
and that's they would if they made it like some oh my god, I could imagine like some bad acting dinner theater speakeasy, right, where
and I think that's what it is.
Jeffrey Dahmer's like, do you mind if I stir your drink with a finger? It's not mine, or whatever. Just stupid whatever the banter that they would come up with, that they'd say night after night after night.
Could you imagine going to that audition? Like, oh, what'd you do today, honey? I auditioned to be Jeffrey Dahmer at a dinner theater for a dinner theater thing that is going to travel the country. And yeah, I just got, you want to come over here or whatever. Did you watch the show on Netflix?
I did. Yeah.
The whole one, the whole thing.
Yes.
Oh, I watched the first episode and I was like, all right, I don't need this.
Are you talking about the Dahmer one or the Geen one?
The Dahmer one.
I watched them both. So
so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily like them. That's why I called Ryan Murphy out. I'm pretty sure he's the one that did it. I'm not a huge Ryan Murphy fan. Some stuff I like that he does. Some stuff I absolutely just don't understand why. But it is some people's things or whatever. But I much that's what I was kind of like thinking in my head when I said I don't really like the biopics. There's movies on the co-ed killer and these things where it's somebody acting, it's not done well, not that it can be. It's more like the lost tapes or whatever, where you get to listen to the interviews with the actual people. It's just very interesting to hear the cadence in their voice, the way that they speak. And whether or not they're lying, I mean, no matter what people say, they're telling you something about themselves, whether it's truth or a lie. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well,
so nowadays there's so many serial killers that you don't even hear about, like, because they normally get caught by the third or fourth person that they kill, and it's like there's freaking tons of documentaries on serial killers you never heard of that never got a name, that never got world nationwide coverage.
yeah.
Back in the 70s and 70s through the 90s, I think, like, when you're talking about the Night Stalker, or you're talking about Bundy, or you're talking about Ed Gein or Jeffrey Dahmer or Ed Kemper, like, they were like the I don't want to say trailblazer, because that kind of sounds like it's a good thing. But they got such national coverage and stuff that now there's so many people out there just killing people. We should all be afraid. Don't go outside.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a horror movie fan. I like the slasher stuff in a sense, but like that, none of that's like, I guess it's part of the same ilk, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I would say I'm not even a fan of those movies. It's not that I'm not a fan; they're just not movies for me.
Yeah. You should watch Obsession though. That's a really good movie.
It's on my list of things that I'll get to.
Get to? Like what else is on the
Yeah. Does that sound like I'm never going to watch it?
What other movies are on that list that you'll get to?
There's a Godfather.
You've never seen Godfather?
I've never made it to The Godfather.
I've never seen it either. I've never even seen a second of it. I know Al Pacino's in it. That's it. Is Robert De Niro in that too?
I don't think Robert De Niro's in Godfather.
I have no idea.
I could be wrong about that, but there's...
Is Joe Pesci?
It's on my list. I'm going to get to it. I'll let you know.
All right. You've watched The Bicycle Thief 16 times, but you've never taken a moment to see The Godfather?
Yeah, it's a real problem I have. There's other stuff on the list. I just can't remember what it is, but it's newer stuff. It's not The Godfather. There's not. It's. I just finally watched that Ryan Gosling movie, The Hail Mary.
Oh, Project Hail Mary. Is that good?
It was all right. I teared up for a second.
Teared up?
Yeah, over a rock.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I know who you're talking about. I'm not going to make an assumption about what happens.
Yeah, I just watched Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, yeah?
And F1.
Why?
It's a very good question. Ford versus Ferrari is because I kept getting reels on Instagram about it, and I was like, all right, well, let me just watch this dang thing.
Yeah.
Guess what? Now the reels all went away. So whoever's doing their marketing it's working.
I had something like that too happen to me. I forget what it was. I was I said something. Oh, I made a joke to Carissa about I forget what it was, but I said like I was like, yeah, I am this, and then I said I am the walrus, Kuka-Luka-Choo, like as like a joke. And then on Instagram, I see this video of Jim Carrey singing that song in a studio. And I was like,
I got that video.
Yeah, but I was just like, how does that work? Like, is that coincidence? I don't know.
I think it was a joke more than it was the song. You should take it as a compliment.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I
don't know.
I just thought it was like how I made that joke seemingly out of nowhere, and then 2 hours later I see a video with that song in it. It was just kind of weird.
Yeah, in reality, it's like, when was the last time you heard "I'm a Walrus"?
Not often.
And then it just pops up,
Right, and then it goes into your feed too. So, do I control your algorithm as well? Am I the algorithm?
Am I like it? Yeah. You're the walrus.
I'm starting to look like a walrus. I need to fucking hit the gym and eat
I
better.
freaking knew you were gonna say that. God, you're an asshole. Can I just say anything around the people that I love without them weight shaming themselves when they look beautiful and awesome?
Am I the only one, or is there more?
Oh, there's more.
Well, I don't know. There's a
Never
book.
going to use the word walrus again.
There's a book here on the studio where I'm at, which is the radio station that I work at, because I still have to do some work. I don't know who put this here, but it is the Ultimate Book of Songs and Artists, the 4th edition. Would you like to know who these are from 1955 to now? Why would you need this book?
Why is there the 4th edition?
Well, the time keeps
they had a lot of
going.
edits?
Time keeps going. You got to add to the list. I haven't heard of.
Then you think it would go. Then you think it would go from like 2012 to now.
You're right. I haven't heard of. There's an entire page where I don't know who any of these people are.
Okay, let's get some names out here, and let's have our listeners can look these people up. I want to see if I know any.
Well, I might know this one. Tracy Lawrence. That's
Nope.
I think it's a country person. The Lennon Sisters, 1956. Their hit "Tonight You Belong to Me." How do you think that sounds like? What do you think that sounds like?
I would think it's kind of like I can't sing, man. I don't know.
Like I'm picturing like, you know, I think in 1956, I think like it's got that like and like you know, like it's got like a soft like cornet or trumpet in it. Tonight you belong to me, my sweet dame.
In 56, you think, dude? That's like 20s music you're talking about. I'm thinking
1950
like
sounds like that, dude. Was Elvis around in the 50s? I don't even know.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're getting into some more jazzy, you know,
No.
not necessarily full on like rock stuff, but it's like there's some good stuff back in the 50s. But it's, you know, if I could sing, I could sing you what's in my head, but I can't, so I won't.
All right. There's a band called the Primitive Radio Gods, and their 1996 hit, "Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand." That sucks.
That I really actually kind of want to listen. Oh, yeah, okay. I bet you that's a good song.
Probably in 1996, that was a sticky situation. They're like, fuck, there isn't another one of these for miles. What am I going to do? Oh, all right.
Well, I thought about it the other day. I was talking to my mom about, because my dad was working on a school, and he went outside and he let the door close behind him, and it locks at a school, obviously.
Yeah.
And all his phone, his wallet, his keys, everything was in the school.
Oh,
And the door locked behind him, so he couldn't get back in. Now, luckily, he's in a small town where he could walk like 4 blocks up the hill to my aunt's house and call my mom. She could call the people that needed to come and open the school. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, I work 15 miles from where I live, or 10 miles from where I live.
Yeah.
Yes, it's in the middle of a city, but nobody's. First, if I walked out of my building and left my key, if I got my phone, my wallet, and my keys locked in the building, right?
Yeah.
I could ask anybody to use a phone.
Not in 1996.
I don't have a number to call.
Oh, sure.
Just, it's like, unless they're willing to get me a lift on their dime, but even still, I still have to get the stuff out of it. Like, I was like, that would really suck. That'd be a terrible situation, because I just to get to where I had to go would be 10 miles of highway walking.
Yeah.
What's the next one? Forget about it.
So there's different parts. So this first part is just like alphabetical bands by an artist by alphabetical order and their hits. And then the second part is songs, just alphabetical things of songs. And then there's a part where it's like a playlist. These are like playlists on paper. We have the We Will Rock You Sports Anthem playlist. Kicking off with the all famous and kind of topical now, even though the World Cup just ended, Allez, 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 the soccer anthem.
There's 4 Olays?
4 of them. 4.
Oh, yeah, I guess there is, isn't there?
And who's it by? It just says the crowd, the audience.
Yeah, it's just a mic'd up crowd.
Yeah.
They didn't get any royalties.
That's all it is. All Stars on that. I know that one from Smash Mouth, the classic.
Don't call it a classic.
Bang on the Drum All Day, another classic, especially in the state of Wisconsin. So it's with the Packers on that one. Todd Rundgren. The Blitzkrieg Bop, the Ramones. So we're getting there.
So the playlists are a little bit more. I want the obscure. Get off this sports playlist.
All right.
Well, We Will Rock You's on there somewhere.
It is. It is on there.
Of course it is.
What do you mean? Of course it is. Yeah, you got it. How about the road trip? The good old road trip.
Yeah,
playlist.
let's get some road trip songs.
You're getting in the car. You're with your favorite person, your best friend, your significant other, whoever it may be, and you're like, we're going to hit the mean streets of America here. And we're going to live by the playlist that is provided on our radio. We're going to kick things off with Radar Love by Golden Earring. I don't know that one.
You cut out when I just heard oof by Golden Earring.
It's called Radar Love.
You don't know Radar Love?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
She's got that thing, and it's called Radar Love.
What?
Okay, you know the song, but look it up. You're a DJ at a wedding, for God's sake.
I've never played that, nor have I ever been asked.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am sorry. Well, how about this one? Take Me Home, Country Roads. Not by John Denver, by Toots and the Maytals.
I really, when you said Toots, my brain went right to McCracken. Toots McCracken.
Toots McCracken. They have some ones that I know. They have, I don't know how this is a road trip song, but Drops of Jupiter by Train. That's a god-awful one. Friends in Low Places. Garth Brooks.
These are because they're sing-along songs.
Yeah, you got it. All right. Let's see what else we got here.
And what do you have against Train?
They suck.
But yet All Star is a classic? I'm learning. Oh my God. I guess we always knew. We always knew that our music tastes were so far apart.
All Star was in Shrek. Fucking Train is in nothing. Train is playing in soccer mom's boom boxes. It's so lame.
That's so untrue and unfair. The train keeps rolling, dude.
All right, if you say so.
They had a couple of good albums.
Oh, you got
no bad one.
Create your own list.
What is it? A blank sheet, a blank page?
All blank lines, baby.
What is this book?
It's called.
When was it? Yeah, when was it printed? I mean,
it only goes until 2004. I don't know. Oh, this was released in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. They published it there. Look at that. Oh no, it goes to 2007. My bad. So it's like only 19 years old.
That's why Train and All Star is in there.
Yeah, and Shirley Jones.
Okay, what was the other thing you wanted to talk about? You had 3 things. One of them wasn't this book.
I don't know. I don't remember. I wanted to talk. This will go down as the the episode of the podcast where it got to the point where you picked up a 2007 songbook and started reading out that there's blank lines. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're like trying to drop hints. Like, you got to play better music, but like, I work for a rock station. I don't know why.
Yeah, you don't know Radar Love. That's why they left the book out.
Yeah, I guess. But if this is like if this is where we're gauging the success of our station, I think it's time to declare bankruptcy.
No, there's some goodies in there. I have a question. Did I ask you about this? Do you know who Amel and the Sniffers are?
Yeah.
I did ask you about that.
You didn't ask me, but I know who they are.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Because I found an album in a unit left behind in its wrapper.
Oh.
In a comfort to me.
Okay.
And I put it on and I thought to myself, Drew might like these people.
Yeah, I know who they are. They played at Summerfest this year.
I'm not a huge fan.
Of course you're not.
But that's just to say that if you like Drew's style of music and not mine, it's absolutely for you. It's not bad. It's not bad music.
No.
And I cherish the fact that they're out there doing it.
Good.
They'll hit it big someday
You're right.
when they figure out how to use an acoustic guitar.
They just played.
Tell a story.
They played Summerfest this year. I think they're doing okay.
Side tank.
No, it wasn't.
Totally.
No, they were a headliner.
That's good. Well, here I got this album.
Yeah,
Next time we come back, I'll get it.
I'll take it. I just saw I saw all your brothers except for one recently.
Yeah, was Lennon out there?
Yeah, I didn't see Lennon, but I saw the rest of them. I saw Michael twice in 1 week.
How'd that go?
Great. Good to see him. It's a good guy.
How's he look?
He looks good. Yeah.
I just talked to him yesterday.
Yeah. He's good. He's having a good time. We were bowling, or they were bowling. I was not, but yeah, had a good time. Saw Ryan, saw Trevor, saw all their kids. It was good.
Did you give him any sage wisdom?
No. You'll figure it out. They're smart guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. As long as as long as they keep on keeping on, you're doing okay.
I don't get it. How you've been a parent for 19 years?
No.
17?
Yeah. Maston will be 18 in November. So.
I thought you sent her off to college or boarding school or something already.
No. She'll be a senior this year. So eventually, pretty soon, she'll go off to college. I think that's what she wants to do.
I just don't get it. I don't get how you do it.
You just do, man.
Well, good for you.
You're in the situation and you just got to do it. Got to get it done. Got to take care of the kids. Make sure things are good.
I don't think you have. I mean, there's agencies that would take.
Yeah. There are. You're right.
Yeah, you got options. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and in certain situations, that's what you gotta do, but not in mine.
Would you consider it now that she's like 17? Just go and roll up to
No.
an agency and go, all right, get out.
No, of course not. Never.
I know you wouldn't. No. See, that's why I'm not a parent. I would do that to my 17-year-old, just to see, just as a joke.
Yeah, that would be.
You know what? I'm going as far as I can.
This is it. I'm at my cap. I'm at my. No more.
You know what's interesting though is I will say this. I was thinking about this. I live in a impoverished area. Even in our small town that we grew up in, and maybe you know this and I just never noticed it or whatever, but where are these orphanages? Where are they at?
I They don't.
You ever seen one?
I did. It's not. Those aren't really a thing anymore. It's all like foster care. Foster parents are kind of like the way that goes now. They go into an individual's home who's a foster parent, and they go through the system that way. A lot of times, foster parents end up adopting the kids that they foster. Not always, but a good amount of times. But yeah, I don't.
So what's this problem they're talking about needing people to adopt?
Yeah, there's a need for foster parents because a lot of people out there are not, aren't available for these kids to have a home. So I really don't know. I'm very ignorant.
So my question is this: if they're low on foster parents and there's no orphanages, is that I get lost in the minutia of like I don't even think I've driven past a building where an old person was like, that used to be the orphanage. Where I just I'm starting to wonder, Drew. I'm starting to wonder if they're lying to me about these places.
I don't think they were.
I mean, I've met people that say they came from, but they couldn't tell me an address.
Well, yeah, because they're little kids and that's where they live. Like they're just like, I don't know. Like I can tell you how to get there.
I'm gonna reach back out to them. I'm gonna do some digging. It's time for some investigative journalism.
I think there's.
I was legitimately just thinking about the fact that it's like, I can tell you where they have unhoused pets. It's all over the dang place, and they advertise it, and they're like, "Come and look at the cute," or whatever. But it's like, so if that's not a real thing anymore, if it's all fostering, which I don't know why they. I mean, I guess I know why, but fostering is not a better situation either. There's horror stories about foster parents because they get stipend money from wherever. And so they like take in more than they can. They don't spend money the way that they should. But there's also horror stories from orphanages, which, like I said, I don't know where they are, but back in the day, it's like it's probably state funded or whatever. So it's underfunded.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I don't know why. Now it came up. So I thought I'd air my grievances. I just drank an 8.8% beer, and here we go.
Well, with that, we'll let you ponder, and we'll let you come to your own conclusions, I suppose.
Should really drink the beer an hour before the show, and then start.
How was the beer?
Yeah, then we good. The beer is good. I drank all of it. It's like any kind of bitter, hoppy beer. It's jarring the first sip when they're pretty bitter like that.
Yeah.
But then you ease into it and you get the flavor, and it's a good beer.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. There's not too many beers that I drink that are terrible. I mean, I've had a few, but this one's nowhere near that. It's not one of my favorites. I'll probably not get it again. But if you like a bitter beer with those types of hops, go for it. Worth it. Those are two. I don't know about the Long Beach, but the RIIP, it's a good brewery. They have good beer.
Good. Nice. linktr.ee/Dudes with Bruce. Place you need to be for all the good stuff. If you would like to support us, sorry, it's been a minute. We'll try to be more consistent as we can with our life. But stay safe, wear a helmet, and make sure you pre-wipe.
Avoid the speakeasy.
Yes, don't go to the speakeasy.
Serial killers.
That's right. All right. Toodaloo.
Pew pew! Audio. Goodbye, everyone.